Talk to anyone who has gotten COVID, and more likely than not, they'll probably tell you they lost their sense of smell, a condition called anosmia, and not everyone who gets infected with the virus loses these senses, but the symptoms are quite common, and they've become some of the most feared symptoms of all, considering how long they last, anywhere between 1 and 12 months, even beyond infection and recovery. A pleasant surprise? Image. Hal Gatewood, Unsplash. While researching the effects of Camostat mesylate, an oral medication used to treat pancreatitis, on the viral load of SARS-CoV-2, scientists at the Yale School of Medicine found that the drug had one positive side effect: it reduced the loss of smell and taste associated with COVID-19 infection. The study, not yet published on a peer-reviewed site, ran from June 2020 to April 2021 and unfortunately showed that the drug did very little in reducing the viral load of COVID-19 in the human body, the original goal of the study. However, researchers noticed that the patients who did receive the drug showed no loss of smell or taste. Let's just say it was an accidental finding. The patients who received the drug didn't lose any sense of smell or taste. That was a wow factor, says infectious diseases specialist in the studies. Led, Joseph Vinitz. In a randomized clinical trial involving 70 people, they contracted COVID-19 within 3 days of starting the study. Each participant took the medicine 4 times each day for an entire week. Imagine not being able to smell a nice cup of a coffee in the morning. Image. Battle Creek Coffee Roasters, Unsplash. The trial itself was stopped short after the researchers realized that the medicine had no effect on viral load. However, the researchers strongly believe further studies need to be done with regard to its effect on taste and smell in COVID-19 patients. Advertising. My daughter had COVID a year ago and she still has trouble smelling and tasting things, says Gary Desir, chair of the Department of Internal Medicine at Yale School of Medicine. This drug seems to be able to modulate that loss of smell and taste. It has very few side effects and has been studied extensively. This could be the type of treatment that is given to someone with COVID at the onset of the infection. Pop a Camostat when you get COVID. Though not everyone who gets COVID will lose their sense of smell and taste, the researchers believe that Camostat mesylate acts as a good precautionary measure when you test positive. And if it were to get approval for use in COVID patients, it would prove to be a very inexpensive form of treatment to save your sense of smell and taste. The researchers basically imply that it's better to be safe than sorry. It wouldn't be an expensive medication. Our idea was that everyone would take it if they were diagnosed because it's hard to predict who will lose their sense of smell or taste, and it's better to prevent it than to wait for it to happen, Desir said. COVID fatigue is real. Image. Ione Host, Unsplash. Aside from preserving the sense of smell and taste, researchers also found that participants who received Camostat mesylate reported feeling less fatigue. People who got Camostat mesylate in the trial started feeling less tired and better overall after day 4, which was statistically different from the placebo group, Vinitz said. And there were essentially no adverse effects in the Camostat mesylate group. However, in order for Camostat mesylate to be considered as a viable treatment for the COVID-19 related loss of smell or taste, it would first need to undergo Phase 3 clinical trials and get emergency use authorization from the U.S. Food and Drugs Administration, FDA. Of course, this will take some time. As of press time, the study is only available on a preprint website, which you can find here. Read more life stories. Scientists successfully program skin cells to behave 30 years younger. Woman claims she can orgasm using only her mind, and research confirms it. Even mild COVID-19 can up the risk of blood clot months after infection. Cover image sourced from Hal Gatewood, Unsplash and Gleb Albovsky, Unsplash.